Hey, what's going on, guys? Tomcat here, and today I'm bringing you a tutorial on how to tune all-wheel drive cars for drifting. Now, as you can see on the screen right now, this is my 2011 Volkswagen Scirocco R. I've converted it from front-wheel drive to all-wheel drive because there is no rear-wheel drive option. Now, keep in mind that I'm not making this video as, a way to just teach people how to drift real easy, which drifting all-wheel drive, how most people drift all-wheel drive is just power sliding, but the way I make these tunes out allows you to actually drift an all-wheel drive car as close as you can to a rear-wheel drive car. So basically we're going to just back out now, and we're going to head to my tune setup for this car. You see I have the tire pressure 25.5 in the front, 25.0 in the rear. For my gearing, it's pretty much stock, everything's stock except for third gear, which I made a little bit closer to second gear because I wasn't getting the torque I wanted. The alignment, you want 2.8 negative camber in the front and 1.2 negative camber in the rear. You can play around with these just to your liking. For the toe, I have 0.5 out in the front and 0.2 out in the rear. And for the front caster, I have 6.0. So basically on the anti-roll bars, they're very soft, very, very soft, 8.80 in the front, 7.70 in the rear. For the springs, soft as well, 329.0 in the front, 307.8 in the rear. Ride height is lowered all the way. I always do that with my drift cars. They say that it's going to make them scrape, but it really doesn't. You can't go low enough in this game to scrape. Damping is quite low as well. 3.4 in the front, 3.4 in the rear. Same for the rebound and the bump stiffness. You guys can copy that if you want to. I just left the aero alone. I left the braking alone. For the diff, now this is where most people get mixed up on trying to make an all-wheel drive car feel like a rear wheel. You want your acceleration and deceleration for the front both at 0. For me, for this car, I have my acceleration up to 100 and my deceleration down at 60. And obviously my torque is sent 100% to the rear. Now, make no mistake, this does not make it a legit rear-wheel drive car, but it does make it as close as it possibly can be to a rear-wheel drive car. And people who watch my videos actually will know that this car was actually in my previous montage. So we're going to go ahead and back out and go to test drive mode so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. We're going to go ahead and go to Infineon, and my favorite layout, the NASCAR circuit. And yeah, just basically I can't say it enough that there's so much in the drifting community for Forza. There's so much, like, oh, I only drift rear wheel drive. I don't mess with that all wheel drive crap. That all wheel drive crap is too easy. But I was the same way for a while, but I really wanted to drift this car, and even though you couldn't convert it to rear-wheel drive, I said screw it. I'm gonna convert it to all-wheel drive and try to make it as close as possible to rear. So as you can see, we can do donuts pretty much like a rear-wheel drive. It's rear-wheel drive bias enough to do burnouts. And basically, we're gonna head down this way real quick, and so we can turn around and get some speed for that corner, so I can demonstrate how the car actually works within a drift. So I turn my volume down real quick. You can see how close that third gear is. Now it does hold some pretty decent angle. You can get more than what I just got there, but you really have to, it does pull a little bit. Like, see, it pulled off the track right there. The front wheels will pull you just a little bit if you're not careful. You have to use the e-brake more than normal. You can't flow as much as a rear-wheel drive car. In fact, I think drifting rear-wheel drive is actually easier than drifting these tuned all-wheel drive cars, in my opinion. But maybe that's because I've just drifted more rear-wheel drive. But anyway, yeah, it's gonna pull a little bit on the front end. So there's obviously gonna be that pull there because it's never going to be an all-wheel drive car with a tune is never gonna be a true rear-wheel drive car. But I really wish that they had rear-wheel drive swaps for a lot of the Volkswagens, especially this Scirocco R. It's my favorite Volkswagen in the game, and I just really wish you could swap this thing to rear-wheel drive, because if you could, man, this would be one of my primary drift cars. Because even now, with this all-wheel drive tune. I absolutely love it. It's an amazing, well, I wouldn't say amazing, but it's a fun car to drift. It's just one of those cars where you just don't care that it's all-wheel drive converted. You just drift it for fun. I mean, it's a fun car, and if you guys want me to go ahead and put the tune up on the storefront, I will. In fact, I'll do that just as soon as I finish recording this episode. But yeah, I will put this tune up on the storefront so you guys can download it, take a look at the tune, maybe apply it to some other cars. I know another brand that you can't convert all of their vehicles to rear-wheel drive is Volvo. So if you guys want to do this type of tune on a Volvo, it works there too. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to click that like button. Tell me in the comment section below what you thought of it. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe for more videos. I'll talk to you guys later.